Now, another option I have when I'm inserting text and images is I can add things in between the clips. So sometimes when I go to watch my clips, it might kind of be jerky from one clip to the next. And if it does that, I can change that. I can adjust that and make it not be so abrupt by using what they call a transition. Chances are you've used transitions in programs like PowerPoint or Keynote or Google Slides in the past, and it's just a way to get from one picture or one clip to the next in a slightly different way. So there's a lot of different transitions to choose from, and they each have their own styles, and again, you can hover over them and it gives you a preview. I would tell you to try to use transitions sparingly. They typically are not used very much in television and movies unless you're trying to show maybe a major change of a location from one part of the world to another, or something major is happening or something changing from one spot to the next. But you don't typically see them used a lot. Cross dissolve is probably the exception. That's probably the most common transition, and it will just simply blur two clips together. One fades in, one fades out. So if I simply click and drag that cross dissolve in between two clips, and I can even do it in between titles, then when I go click and then hit the space bar to play my movie, I get a fade in and a fade out from one clip to the next, like so. If I'm not happy with that transition, I can replace it. I can also double click on that transition and change the length. By default, it is 1 second long. If I want the transition to be slower, I can make it maybe 2-3 seconds long and apply it to just this one or to all my transitions. Just be noted that since it adds another second of fade to the beginning of the clip and the end of the clip in this case, that's going to take some of the time away from my still picture. So this still image was originally 4 seconds long. Now it's only 2 seconds because it needs 1 second or half that transition for the first part of the transition and another second for the end of that transition. So since my transition is 2 seconds long, it takes 1 second from this clip and 1 second from this clip in order to make that 2 second transition. So it will shorten up the length of your still images and your videos if you adjust that length, but it does create a smoother, slower, more dramatic fade in and fade out.